How much money do I earn as a musician in tips? I earned $800 in 1 month in tips alone from playing gigs. I played 5 gigs locally. I earned tips with Venmo and I earned tips in cash. 4 gigs at local breweries and 1 private party. I earned $297 in Venmo tips. I earned $503 in cash tips in 1 month of playing gigs. I collect tips in 2 ways at my gigs: Venmo QR codes and tip buckets that I use that also have a Venmo QR code on them. All the gigs I play are 3 hours long. When I was thinking about making this video, I had done some filming for it, and then I thought, I don't even want to make this video. It's just talking about money. I don't want to really talk about that, and I didn't really want to make a video about that, but I thought it could be useful. I've seen some other videos about how much do Nashville musicians make, how much do session musicians make, how much do live touring musicians make. And none of that really applied to me and what I do, and I think what a lot of people do, how much those people make didn't really apply to like how much someone like me or like you might make locally, just at gigs, playing cover songs locally. You're not touring, you're not a session musician. I don't even really know how to play guitar that well. I mean, I've been playing for a long time, but I don't know theory. I just use basic chords. I mean, I just play music and songs, and that's what I like doing, and I don't have a lot of like technical knowledge, but I have enough knowledge to be able to play and perform music and earn money from doing it. After thinking about it, I thought, well, I'll make this video because I thought it might be more relatable to people that are just playing locally and aren't professional musicians. I do this for a part-time living. I play cover songs locally 5 to 10 times a month to earn a part-time living. So I want to make as much money as I can doing that. And I have some different ways that I can earn more tips. And I have another video I'll link to that it talks about 3 different things that I do to help you double your tips. So I think by doing that and getting creative, you can earn more money at the gigs you play, and you should earn more money. I think all artists and musicians should earn more money. You can't really look up how much a musician makes. Like, you can't go on LinkedIn and apply for a job as a musician and say, oh, I'm going to make $65,000 a year by being employed by this company being a musician. It just doesn't work like that. Like artists and musicians, this information isn't out there. So I think this is where it makes sense to share it, because this is where a lot of musicians and artists hang out, trying to learn from other artists and musicians. So that's why I'm doing this video, and that's why I'm putting this out there, to share what I earn playing cover gigs for 3 hours and what I earn in tips alone. And then I also do get a base pay amount from the venues that I play at. So I'll break down each of the 5 gigs and what I earned in tips with Venmo and with cash at each of them. For the month of December, I played 5 gigs. I earned $800, which is a good month for tips. Here's what I earned from each one. First gig of the month, I earned $20 in Venmo tips. I earned $83 in cash tips. First gig, total $103 in tips. Gig number 2, $75 in Venmo tips, $42 in cash tips. Total $117 in tips. Gig number 3, $20 in Venmo tips, $74 in cash tips, $94 total in tips. That was a private party, by the way. Gig number 4, $10 in Venmo tips, $80 in cash tips, $90 total in tips. Gig number 5, December 31st, the last day of the year. This was a pretty big place. There was a pretty good amount of people. It was outside. The weather here was pretty nice in Sacramento. I'd say there was 100 to 120 people out there. People were in a good mood and very generous. Gig number 5, the last gig of the year that I played on December 31st. $172 in Venmo tips, $224 in cash tips. That was a great gig. That doesn't happen all the time. $396 total in tips at one gig, 3 hours, my last gig of the year. That was a great way to close out the year. So with all those 5 gigs, I totaled $800 in tips in 1 month with 5 gigs. Venmo tips totaled $297. Cash tips totaled $503. So I decided that I wanted to make this video to share how much I earn, not to boast about how much I earn, but just to be totally transparent with how much I earn. I'm not a musician in Nashville. I'm not a session musician. I'm just a guy in Sacramento, California, doing my thing, playing music that I like, cover songs at breweries and wineries and private parties, usually for 3 hours. I have all my own equipment. I set up everything. I do sound. I do everything by myself. What I try to charge, or what my base pay, what I try to get, is I try to get $100 an hour. I think that's totally fair. I think I should charge and want to charge more, and that I am worth more. And I think a lot of musicians and artists should charge more. And I think this is just a dilemma across the board, where you feel bad asking for more money, or what you feel like you're worth, or not playing because you're not going to get enough money. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, you want to play music or not? Or do you want to do it or not? That's up to you. I do it, and I play for a wide range of money, but if asked, I really do try to get $100 an hour for my time, for a 3-hour gig at least. But a 3-hour gig, there's 2 hours on the front of that and 2 on the back, really. Loading up, traveling, setting up all of the gear, doing sound, playing the gig, breaking it all down, loading up again, driving home, unloading it all. I mean, I call a 3-hour gig, that's like a 6-7 hour thing, depending on how far you got to travel. So if I have an awesome gig like that last one that I mentioned, where I earned $396 in tips, and I'm able to get my base pay of $100 an hour, and that's $696, and the gig takes 7 hours ultimately. So really, with an excellent tip scenario, like a way above average tip scenario of $396 for one gig, that still breaks down to about $100 an hour, which is what I'm really trying to shoot for. And I feel like I'm totally worth that. So that's just transparently what a great day might look like, with a great day of tips and earning my target base pay of $100 an hour. I'm not a professional musician. I'm just trying to do this. I play 5 to 10 times a month. I try to earn as much money as I can doing it. And so I just thought it might be useful to share what just a regular guy playing cover songs earns in tips. I think the range of what people earn is very wide. I just thought I'd share what a pretty good month for me looked like in tips. That was with 5 gigs. Sometimes I play less gigs, sometimes I play more, but I do this for a part-time living. So it's important to me to earn as much as I can and be paid what I feel like I'm worth for doing that work. I hope this video helped share some transparency around what a cover musician earns doing this kind of thing. And lastly, just wanted to say that being a cover artist is not my favorite thing. It's not something I really am like super enthusiastic about. I like playing covers. I learn a lot about music and songwriting from doing it, but I play a lot of original music too. And this playing cover music is the way that I've found that I can get paid the most for playing music. I'll make a lot more playing cover music than I would playing original music at a gig. So that's why I do the cover thing too, because it helps me fund all my original music and my original projects, and recording my own music for my original stuff, helping buy gear to record original music or make music videos for original stuff that I do. So it's just a way to still play music to earn a part-time living. So that's why I do it. And I also like the cover songs I play. I don't do cover gigs in the way that I think a lot of people do. I don't play songs that are the most popular songs because I think I'll earn tips from them. I only play music that I like playing, that I enjoy playing. I kind of approach it like a DJ, where I just choose music that I like pretty much from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some folk, some country. And that's all I play because that's what I like. And I kind of serve it up like a DJ. I don't really take requests. I don't play Sweet Caroline and other stuff, music that I don't even want to play or I don't even want to hear. I heard a guy playing Puff the Magic Dragon, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to play that. So I don't play songs that I don't like and I don't want to hear and I don't want to play just because it might get some tips. I just more approach it like a DJ, and I just play music that I like and hope that other people like it too, and that's worked for me so far. I have some boundaries around that, where I don't play songs that are new popular songs that I don't like. I just don't do it. So maybe I'm missing out on some tips there, but it's just not something that I want to put my time into. I just play the cover songs to really earn a living doing that and to help supplement all the other art that I make. Thanks for watching. Let me know how much you make or what approaches you take to doing this type of thing locally. And lastly, I just wanted to say thank you to anybody who's ever come to see any music I've ever done and given me any kind of tip or support for doing what I do. It really helps keep me employed and playing music for a living, really. So without the support of people playing tips and without the support of venues paying musicians to play, nobody could really do this. And so it's a hustle. It's not something you're going to find on LinkedIn. So I thought it was important to share how much someone actually earns doing this. That's just like a normal guy. My name is Michael Rock. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you want to watch another video about how I think you can double your tips, I'll put that video right up here. Thanks for watching.